Hello and welcome to the Geo RGB community. Today we are going to learn how to create a graduated symbol map using QGIS. We are going to be working with the Muse River dataset that is related with contaminated soils. We are going to use the zinc concentration as a parameter of interest. Then we are going to create different categories depending on the zinc concentration, and for each of these categories we are going to assign a specific color. Then we are going to plot all this information on a satellite imagery, and you are going to see how easy and simple it is to create these kind of maps, and also how useful they are in order to have an interpretation of the concentration of a specific parameter in a map just in a glance. Okay, let's go to start. First, what we want is to load the Muse River dataset. I already started my session on QGIS and I loaded the data. If you don't know how to get this dataset, you can go to the Geo RGB community website at giscourse.online, then go to courses, select the Geostatistics course for beginners, is this one over here, get enrolled, start the course, then go to lesson 2, and here you can have the data set, okay? That is a CSV file, but also in this video tutorial you can see how to pass from CSV file to a shape file. That is what we have here, okay? If you go here, go to properties, go to information, you are going to see that what we have here is a shape file. Now the next step is to load the satellite imagery. We are going to be using the Quick Map services and we are going to use the Google satellite. If you don't know how to install the Quick Map services plugin, you can go to the Geo RGB YouTube channel. Then here we have this video tutorial here that is going to show you how to install the plugin and how it works, and also how you can download satellite imageries of high resolution. I'm going to leave the link at the video description. Then the next step here is to create the categories, okay? Then what we are going to do is go here, properties, go symbology, and in symbology we are going to use the graduated option. Click on this option, and for this data set we have, let me show you one thing. For this data set we have different parameters. As you can see here at the attribute table, we have the UTM coordinates, the X and the Y, and we have different metal concentrations, but in this case we are going to use just the zinc concentration. This concentration is in ppm. We have the elevation, we have the distance to the river, but for this tutorial we are going to use just the zinc concentration. Then go here to properties, symbology, select graduated, then select the parameter you want to work on. Is going to be the zinc. Then here for the mode, select equal intervals and select how many categories you want, okay? In this case I'm going to leave 5. That is good for me, but what I'm going to do is change the range, okay? This one is the range for each of these classes, but in this case I'm going to put here 450, and I'm going to explain you what is the reason. Then for each type of soil we are going to have a different classification, okay? The soil could be classified as an industrial area, residential area, agricultural area. For this exercise we are going to assume that this area is an industrial area, and the zinc concentration for industrial area, the limit in order to establish if the soil is contaminated or not is 450, okay? 450 is going to be the guideline, okay? If we have a concentration that is below of 450, we are going to consider that the soil is not contaminated. But if we are above of 450, we are going to consider that the soil is contaminated, okay? Then this 450, it's a limit. Then for each country, and also inside of a country for each province, these limits are going to be different, okay? In this case, we are assuming 450 for a zinc concentration on an industrial soils, okay? But if this area is going to be a residential area, the concentration maybe is going to be 300 ppm, okay? It's going to be lower because the population is more sensitive to the zinc concentration, okay? Then you have to establish what is going to be the guideline according to the regulation in your country or in your province. Now we can apply to see how it looks like. And what we're going to do now is to make some additions on the circles. To do that one, we are going to go to symbol and here, but first I have to select all of them. Then go to configure symbol, and here we are going to change the size, that is going to be 3, and also we are going to change the opacity. Opacity is going to be something like 70%. And also I would like to change the color of the straw, that is going to be a white color. And also I want here 0.2, okay? And okay, and apply to see how it looks like. And also what I'm going to do here is to change the color of each of these classes, okay? For this one, I'm going to select a lilac color. That is the worst concentration, okay? And I want this color. For the next concentration is going to be a red, but a little bit more intense. It's going to be this one, okay? For the next one is going to be a kind of orange. Then I'm going to go here and select this orange over here. And okay, for the next one is going to be a yellow one. This one here, this kind of yellow is going to be good. And okay, and for the last one, we are going to add a kind of green color. Then it's going to be this one over here. And okay, and apply. Something like that is good. And also here we can change at the method the classification by the color as we did over here, or also you can choose here as a size. It's going to be a kind, if you choose a size, it's going to be a kind of bubble map as we did in a previous tutorial. The next step is to create the final composition. Then I'm going to press OK, and here I'm going to press here new print layout. Then select a name. I'm going to put number 1, OK, and I'm going to change the properties. Click right on your mouse, properties, and I'm going to select this option. And with this option over here, add a map. I'm going to bring the map here. I'm going to select all the area. Then what I'm going to do here is to put a scale of 20,000. And the next step is to add the legend. I'm going to move this one a little bit, and I'm going to put the legend over here. Then select this option, add a legend, select an area over here, something like that. And now we are going to work on the legend. Then first I'm going to take this option out, and I'm going to remove this one, and I'm going to change the name of this one. That is going to be Muse River dataset. And I'm going to add zinc concentration in ppms. That's good. Then go to the option of the font and text formatting. Select subgroup, and this one is going to be 14 with bold. Okay, and I want this one to the center. And for the numbers over here, I want 12 is okay, with bold, okay, and I'm going to put also to the center. Now I'm going to add the title. It's going to be legend, and I'm going to put here this one with 16, bold is good, and move to the center also. Then I'm going to make the symbols, this one's a little bit more bigger. Then go here, this one is going to be 7 also, and this one we are going to try something bigger, a little bit less, something like that is good. Then we are going to place this one over here. I want to make sure that the map, this one is a little bit bigger. Then I'm going to make this one smaller, just over there. Then move this one here, and I'm going to make some transparency to the legend. Just go here, it's going to be background, select this option and make this one a little bit transparent, something like that is good. And now we can export the map. Just select this option as an image, close, and I'm going to save here in the desktop. It's going to be this folder, and save, the resolution and the dimensions is good. Just double click here to open, and this is the final result. As you can see, the resolution of the map is really good, and we can see the areas where we have the highest concentration because of the lilac color, as the legend sets. As you can see over here, that one are the highest concentration. Then we have the red dots, the orange one, the yellows, and the green ones. It's indicating that the zinc concentration is below of the guideline. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next video.